Hello and welcome back. You're all well. Recently I've been posting about the awful weather conditions that we've been having, which have of course affected the rivers and the fishing. And it has meant that the water has been cloudy, terribly coloured, chocolate and everything in between. Now this photograph was taken on Saturday when we were going to have a children's day where we tie a few flies, speak to them about fishing, about the environment, about safety, and then we take them down to the river and hopefully they catch a trout. But that's had to be cancelled for obvious reasons. It's been postponed until next Saturday, when unfortunately it coincides with another children's day which I've already committed to. I can't be in two places at once. It got me thinking about the river conditions, and if I was fishing, what would I be fishing with? Clearly the water would be coloured. So today I'm going to tie one of two nymphs for coloured water. I'll do the other one on Saturday. Now in the vise I have a size 14 light nymph hook and a 3.3 silver bead, and I'm tying with microfloss. So I'm just going to mount the bead. Now, as you know, I'm not a great user of silver beads, but on this occasion I'm trying to tie what we might call over here as a nympha llamativa, which basically means a showy nymph or a flashy nymph, or we would probably call it an attractor nymph. So the silver bead helps that attraction. And for the tail I'm going to use some coq de lion. This is medium pardo. I'll take off some fibres, pull them out at 90 degrees and tear them off and tie them in. Length possibly a little bit longer than normal to help balance out between the weight at the front, and this will help keep it at an even keel. So I'll wind down to the rear of the hook shank, and I'm going to tie in a rib, and I'm going to use a copper rib, and this is 018. So I'm just going to pull a length off. I'm going to tie that in. Up towards the bead, take off the excess fibres, up to the bead and back down again. Now, because the water is coloured, we know that a darker profile nymph is going to be better than a lighter profile one. So I'm going to use some black pheasant tail, and I'm going to pull off 3 or 4 fibres. I'm just going to square off the points and tie them in. Up to the bead, and before I wind on the pheasant tail, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue across the top there to help protect the pheasant tail, and wind it on up the hook shank, touching turns, up to the bead, and tie off the pheasant tail. And trim it up. Now I'm going to wind on the copper rib. I'm going to give it 4 or 5 turns while trying to keep this flashy. Up to the bead and tie off rib. Hopefully I can get this to break off. There we go. Just tighten up the vise again. Right, now for the collar, I'm going to use something that's really going to be attractive, and this is number 294, which is an orange spectra. And to put that on, I'm just going to split the floss like so, and put in some of this dubbing. A lot of it. I'll get rid of some of that in a moment and just twist the thread back. Pull some of this out. I'm going to wind on the collar. Last piece. Before I tie it off, I'm just going to put some glue onto the thread. And I'm going to tie off the fly. And trim up tying thread. Right, now I am going to brush out the spectra. I'll find my brush. Somebody's stolen my brush. I'll find another one. I'll look up at it. Try and make this a bit leggy. Right, now I'm going to trim that up because I want the pheasant tail to show. I want it completely covered up by all these extra fibres. The hairdressing, do it no harm. There's a long one there which I want to get rid of. There you have the finished nymph. As I say, it's an attractor nymph for the coloured water. If you want to tie it smaller, that's fine, you can do that, and it's going to look something like that on a 16. If you want to use it on the dropper. But this is a great, I nearly said Yamativa, this is a great attractor fly, an attractor nymph in coloured water. The fish will be able to see it, and hopefully you will be able to see the fish in your net. Thanks very much for viewing. I hope you enjoyed the tying, and I'll see you in the next video when I'll be tying another nymph for coloured water. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.